Part of the alliance that stood out from the oil and gas industry also involved Total. So if I may just turn to Mr. Pouyanné for a moment and ask him also, is this carbon pricing something that remains an abstract call, or is it becoming an ever more specific policy request?
No, I think it's like Bob said, it has to be put in place. It's one of the most efficient tools in order to go towards a low-carbon economy. And for investors in energy, like our companies, we are among the largest investors in energy, we need to have medium and long-term signals because we invest on the medium and long term. So carbon pricing is the way to put into the cost of energy, the cost of the pollution, I would say. And why do we advocate for that? Is because when you look to the roadmap to 2 degrees, it's like Secretary of State said, it's a question of energy policy. The IEA is giving us a roadmap to 2 degrees, and when you look to 2040 roadmap, maybe not as far, but it's quite 25 years, you can observe that there are 3 leverages. One is energy efficiency in order to lower the global demand for energy. The second is promoting renewables. And the third is to change the energy mix to a lower carbon energy mix, which means in particular to promote the use of gas at the detriment of coal. And promoting the use of gas, if you do not introduce carbon pricing, will not happen. It will not happen because you have huge resources of coal on Earth, because coal price is lower, and it's the only way and we've seen that, for example, in Europe. So we are very pragmatic, and it does not require a huge price of carbon pricing. If you make the math in Europe, I can tell you the answer is between $20 and $50 per ton. You don't need more than that. And 40 years, I would have answered 30 to 40, sorry Bob, but we agree. At this level, you shift the investment decision in power plants. And I also strongly believe in the dynamic of economics and of technology. And as soon as we will see a carbon pricing establishing around $30, $40 per ton, you will see the impact that it will have on all the economy, all the businesses, and we drive the technology down. For example, CCS, people believe today that you need $80 or $100. That's not true. It's a static view of the technology because we are not incentivized to invest in this technology today because we don't have carbon pricing. So again, I think it's very pragmatic. If we are all serious about driving all businesses toward the 2 degree roadmap, we need today to have the tools, and this tool will be very efficient. So again, last message available, because you see, you have oil and gas companies advocating for carbon pricing, which means making our products more expensive. It's quite strange, to be honest, to ask governments to increase the price of our products. So there is another message to governments, is that this, of course, will be paid by consumers at the end of the day. And so you will impact consumption capacities. And so governments should also think at the same time to find a way to give back to consumers the proceeds of such carbon pricing mechanisms. Otherwise, this would affect the global economic growth.
Thank you very much, and thank you again also to those companies who I think had the courage to step out of a community and say this is the direction in which we need to think in whichever range of price it may be.